Welcome to the Kilby Sugar Slam Down Challenge. What is that?
But it could be Fred's been giving body slams to a lot of people today.
First, I want to thank Element for sponsoring this video. There are people everywhere that are completely addicted to sugar and carbohydrates. They need some tools.
I'm a tool. I'm a tool. I'm a tool.
Being on YouTube for the last year and a half on a carnivore diet and put myself out there, I've been coaching some people and I just noticed the prevalence of addiction to carbs and sugars and just how damaging it has been for people's lives. Some people might be watching a video like this saying, you know, what's the big deal? I'm not addicted to food. Well, there's a lot of people that are, and there's a lot of people that can use some tools in their toolbox to deal with these addictions. Sugar and carb addiction is like a growing problem. Like everyone could see it growing. You go to Walmart, there's more people in carts, and I'm not trying to be rude or crass or make anyone feel bad or down on themselves. We live in a world, at least in the United States of America for sure, where people are growing and the addictions are growing, and the prevalence of processed foods, the prevalence of fast foods and just convenience is winning.
Yes, I will have fries with that.
Should I say it's killing people. It's robbing people of their life, their freedoms, happiness, joy, confidence. I'm not a doctor, I'm just a regular guy. Just a regular guy went on a carnivore diet. I have no experience as a doctor. I have no nutrition experience, but I have personal experience going on the carnivore diet. I've been on the carnivore diet for a year and a half now. And within 6 months, I was able to reverse my type 2 diabetes, my hypertension, and lose 50 pounds. But I also gained control back on my food addictions that I had that I didn't realize they were real food addictions. I like to binge eat. It wasn't a couple slices of pizza, it was a whole pizza. Why did I earn a whole pizza? Because I worked very hard. And why did I work hard? Well, because that's what you do to support your family. And I burned those calories, or I earned every bite I took. It was too much. It caught up with me over time. I mean, the reality is I'm just sharing with you some of my journey. A lot of you have followed me this whole year and a half. I've been documenting the whole thing. I got video after video of updates and just where my mind is been and the things that I'm working on, the challenges I'm doing, the ways that I'm growing, for people to follow along, to get insight and hopefully motivation and build some of the tools. But I'm trying to, with this challenge, hone in on 8 specific things that you can work on. I'm not going to even be talking about food too much. Well, I might. We gotta eat. Like I said, a lot of people know my journey, but I'm gonna show you some of my friend Billy's journey, who's been on the carnivore diet for over a year, but he's been struggling, starting and stopping, and he's struggling with some real addictions and some real struggles, and he wants to share some of his story. We'll get to that in a minute. So what we're gonna do is take some time to work on 8 different mindsets or tools to help us get control and mastery over addiction. This is not a step-by-step process. It's a tool set that we could use when we're working on and trying to fix the power of food in our lives. And one or all of these tools should and could be used at any time to help you break those addictions and have power over them. And so here's some of the tools we're going to be working on. There's going to be strategies and tips for acknowledging lack of control, but I'm not talking about self-control in this one. I'm talking about the fact as human beings, someone else needs to be in control. The importance of building a support network. It is not good for man to be alone. How to do some exercises in self-reflection. There's going to be guidance on how to make amends, and that's going to be one of my favorite ones, I believe. Some practical tips for gaining self-control, some strategies for maintaining accountability on this journey, the benefits of seeking personal or spiritual development, and supporting others. And before we get to Billy's story, I'd like to introduce the sponsor of this video. Element is a tasty electrolyte drink that has all the stuff you want with none of the junk. It is backed by a science-based recipe of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. I really like this right here. No sugar, no carbs. So this is good for anyone on a carnivore diet, a low-carb diet, a keto diet, a paleo diet, and I would say any diet. You need to have your electrolytes. You need to make sure that you're getting adequate hydration, electrolytes when you're on a diet. You're pushing yourself, you're working hard. I've been using Element for almost the whole year and a half. I've been on the carnivore diet. I did suffer from some leg cramps for quite a while, and then I started adding these in as a daily routine, and it has helped quite a bit. I really suggest this raw and flavored version, especially if you have really bad sweet tooth and carb addictions. I've worked my way into a place where I like to have the flavored ones on the weekend as kind of a treat. We'll get to that in the challenge. You'll receive 1 free sample pack with 8 of all their flavors with any purchase. All you need to do is go to drinkelement.com/Kilby. That's DRINKLMNT.com/Kilby to claim your free sample pack today. All right, let's get to Billy's story.
I would like to lose all of this. There's like twins in here. All right, pizza and burgers. Well, not burgers, but you know. Tacos. So, as you can see, I got all this to lose. And, so what do you think? You think a year of carnivore would change that around? Well, I've lost a lot already, but I need to stay consistent. I want to cut out that sweet tooth. You know, I've grew up with, you know, you have desserts with all your meals. So I want to cut out desserts and not be so reliant on it, so fixated on it. So I am going to cut out all special carnivore, keto desserts, xylitol, all that stuff. I don't think there's anything really wrong with it. It really depends on your goal. And I know for me, my goal is I need to be carnivore and be carnivore for a long, long time till I reach my weight loss goal. I do want to include fasting at some point. I kind of want to get into an 8-hour eating window with a 16-hour fast, but I believe that will happen naturally. I don't want to, it's like I'm making this challenge, but I don't want to have all these different rules for challenges besides staying carnivore, because I know what will happen is I'll miss it by like a fraction of a second, and I'll be like, oh, I blew it. So guess what? Let me order a pizza, you know, because I'll start over tomorrow. Actually, typically when I feel I dropped the ball and I've got to start over, I'll binge the rest of that week and start over on Monday. I believe it's going to work. I've seen weight loss already. You know, my biggest problem has always been that I would be good all week, and then by the weekend something stressful will happen, and then next thing you know, I'm ordering pizza, or I'm running to the cafe at work or the vending machine, and then I do like a binge that could last another week or two and start over. And I've done that probably the last couple years.
You're not alone. I've struggled with binge eating. I've struggled with hiding food. I've struggled with a lot of the things that you're talking about. And I know there's a lot of people also that struggle or have struggled with and still struggle with a lot of things that you're talking about. So you have been a catalyst in my life. The carnivore diet has been a catalyst in my life to try to bring tools for people to get out of tough situations when it comes to addictions. Billy has struggled with alcohol and drug addiction, so have I. We've had a lot of similarities. We've been able to talk about these things, and we're just talking about the prevalence of sugar and carbohydrate addiction, how it's a real addiction, but it's one of those addictions that's like even harder to kick because it's something that you have to do. You have to eat. Well, you don't have to eat sugars and you don't have to eat carbs. I'm really getting excited about bringing you guys these tools and working on them and having you as guinea pigs, and Billy being a guinea pig to help me with some of these things. He's going to be in every one of these videos if I can con him into doing it, but he said he was going to be here. But he's also going to be bringing updates on our channel of some of the things he's going through, the struggles, the things that he's working on. I'm hoping they're all just celebration. But if I know anything about the human condition, there's going to be tough days. But that's all right. We're going to work through it. We're going to work through it together, and we're going to be here for each other. So I want to thank everyone who watches these Kilby Life videos. Make sure to toots that subscribe button. or boop it. Make sure you also check out this video, a longer version of what Billy had to share the other day. Kilby out.